Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is Amelia, and that is Dan.
What's up?
Today on this episode, we talked about different types of food, a la casseroles and junk food and desserts.
Right.
And also TV shows.
And TV shows.
You know.
The Eeudge!
Everyone. Cuties are mandarin oranges.
This just in.
Often referred to as clementines. So that kind of, oh wait, I literally just talked about holding it further away.
It's it's fine.
I got excited.
They'll get used to it. They'll get used to it. Do you want to start off right off with the business meter?
Whoa.
Do you, I mean, you don't have anything else?
Sure.
To say?
I mean, it's a conversation starter.
I
was going to talk about me. If you were going to be like, how you doing? I would have been like, I lost my Kindle.
Whoa.
Tragic. That is my prized possession.
How do you lose it?
Well, okay, I had it on Sunday. Me and Shorty went to the coffee shop, and I read on my Kindle there. Okay, but I definitely had it after Sunday.
Okay.
Because I had it in her car.
That was a little concerning.
Directly, we went to Fry's, picked up some stuff, and then we went to her house and hung out there for a while. Pre-shopping trip.
Pre-shopping.
Me, Danny, and significant others, SOs.
Yeah.
Shopping for a little teeny bit on Sunday.
Yes.
And I think I left my Kindle in her car. I think my Kindle was in her car that whole time.
Uh-huh.
And then after that, I mean, I directly went from her car to my house, like to my car, to my home.
Right.
And so it's I'm not worried about it being lost like in public or anything.
It's probably just in her car.
But I was in her car last night, wasn't there. So it's probably in her house. I did not go into her house. Maybe at some point I brought it into her house.
Does she know it's lost?
Yeah, I let her know.
Okay. I was like, because maybe she was just like, hey, what's on your litter box?
Oh.
Whatever. Maybe she's like, oh, I brought it inside, but that she would know if you told her.
Yeah. So I don't know. And maybe like I lost it somewhere in my room. I suspect that I lose a lot of things under my bed. My bed isn't like, it's not like really dirty or anything, but I hold clothes there and whatnot. And
right.
It's not like four posts, you know. It's like you know, like where I can access it from any side.
Oh.
It's against the wall, so that's two sides. That's
already gone. 2 sides
gone. And then the other side, the foot of the bed is a solid wall. And so that side is done for as well. So
there's really only one side.
Yeah, I can only access it from like one long side.
Yeah. And
I got a lot of clothes like kind of up against there. So
sure.
I don't know. Maybe I'll take a look tonight and see. Did it slip down or something?
Well, hopefully. How often? Because you read pretty often, I'd imagine.
I do. I read every single day.
Oh. So you haven't read since Sunday?
Well, I've read here and there on my phone. Because it's like they're ebooks, so I can access them on my phone as well. Although one book, the library loan, lapsed, so I technically don't have access to that book anymore. But my Kindle's on airplane mode, so yes, I do.
Okay.
But only on my Kindle, not on my phone. And so I'm like, well, I would like to finish that book. Anyways, I've just been like a bit of a YouTube freak these past couple of days.
How's your ad-free YouTube free trial treating you?
It's pretty great. Like it's no ads.
It's zero ads.
Exist, you know?
I'll tell you what, it was game changing for me because when I first got it, I listened to a lot of Smosh, and they have a lot of ads on their videos.
It's all the fucking time.
They have a lot of fucking ads.
I don't think I watch them as often as maybe I would because of how many ads.
When I have ad free.
Yeah, but now I'm ad free.
Right. So. Now you pull up that. Every Smosh video featuring Angela video or playlist and just make your way through. Are you still watching?
Doxing me.
I don't blame you. She is. I mean, I don't. To be honest, I don't watch them as much anymore.
Oh.
Not for any particular reason.
Lack of time.
She just fell off. Lack of time fell off.
You think Smosh fell off?
No, I fell off the Smosh train. The Smosh train is going without me. I missed my stop. No, yeah, I just don't. I'll say what I have been watching a lot on YouTube, much to my partner's chagrin. Kitchen Nightmares.
Yeah, you guys. I think it's been on.
I think the last two times you visited, I've been watching Kitchen Nightmares.
And it's just like playing. Like we're having like people. Like well, not we. You're having people over.
It's just in the background.
And Kitchen Nightmares is just like on.
It's just on.
It's like why?
It's I very rarely sit down and watch it, but it's the perfect like background show for me. Because it's the exact same formula every single time. Mm-hmm. So it's like nothing crazy enough is happening that I'll be like, what the hell? And I'll distract from what I'm actually doing. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting enough that I'm not turning it off or whatever, because it's like here there they go again. Okay, there's yelling, and then they're good again, and their food, and then there's usually crying at some point, and then there's more yelling, and then everything's good, and then he always walks away into a void, and it's pretty funny. He's like fucking hell, and he turns around and it's just like darkness where he's going. No way, really? Yeah, because it's usually the episodes usually end at night, like after the dinner service, like after he's helped, and then he just says like, all right guys, I believe in you, or sometimes he's like, I don't think you can do it, and then he'll just walk away, and then he always comes out of the restaurant, looks at the camera, and says something. He's like, I don't know if they'll do it. He's like, fucking hell, and then he turns around and it's always pitch black. The LED lights just don't go far enough, and it's funny. But yeah, I mean, like if I'm writing, if I'm for playing video games, if sometimes when we're eating, and like right now when we're building our TV stand out there, it was on. It's just good. I have tried to sit down and watch it and that be what I'm doing, and I can't.
It's not interesting enough.
It's not interesting enough. At least I can watch maybe 2 episodes in a row. And then by the third one, I'm like, okay, the formula is, come on, guys.
So your attention doesn't get called to like whatever dramatic music they're playing of like, oh, guys, there's a rat in the closet.
Yeah. Oh, when he goes into the kitchen and there's always raw food for some reason, I'm always like, these fucking idiots. But the formula is the same. He goes to a restaurant. He's like, what's the problem with the restaurant? And they're like, I don't know. No one's eating here. He's like, all right, let's see the food. And the food always looks like dog food or someone just like threw up on a plate. And he's like, fucking hell. And he tries it and he says, that's dreadful. And then he goes back and then the server is like, he says the food's dreadful. And the owner's like, our food's fucking good. You have no idea what you're talking about. Michelin star chef with several TV shows. Mr. Gordon Ramsay, you have no idea what food is. And then a lot of people will diss British people. Like, what do British people know about food? Things like that. That's always fun. British people catching a stray. Yeah, and then Gordon yells at them and they're like, all right, Gordon, I'll do whatever you say. And they do whatever they say. And it's like, you're not listening. They're like, all right, you got me. And then they do it again. And he's like, you guys are good. And then it's that for an hour. But like, imagine everything that I just said, but they stretch it for an hour. It's not like over and over again. But like, once that happens twice in a row, I'm like, okay. Not like I'm bored, but it's like, I get it. Okay. I'll close this book for now and I'll come back later.
Okay.
That's just, I think it's we all have our thing, and it's a good background. It's good background. Right. I've dabbled in Hotel Hell before many years ago. Are you familiar with that?
I imagine it's the same thing.
Same thing, but with a hotel. But you imagine correctly, it's about the same thing. So that's what I've been watching.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. I had a friend, my friend from work came by when they were off of work to buy some stuff, and she was with her boyfriend, and they were talking to me, and he was like, yeah, what do you like watch? And I honestly don't really watch like much. Like, I don't spend a lot of my evenings or my time like sitting down and turning on something and then just sitting there and watching it. Mm-hmm. If I consume anything, it's while I'm doing something else, or well, honestly, I just don't really. I don't know. I feel like I'm very busy with work, and when I'm not, I'm doing something else. I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
And like, I'm not really good about shows. I think we've talked about this before. I'm not great about TV shows. If I'm gonna watch something, I watch movies. And someone like they were saying like, oh, we can't really do that because it feels like so I've heard people say that's like, oh, like watching a TV show just feels more productive because a movie's so long or whatever, or not productive, but you know what I mean. Wait, no, I said that wrong. Anyways, my thinking, I don't like watching a show in my free time, because if I have like 3 hours of free time and I watch 6 episodes, 6 30-minute episodes of a show, that's half a season. I've only watched half a season. But if I watch one like 2.5 hour movie, it's like, wow, I watched one whole movie.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my thinking. That's why I very rarely, I hate leaving a movie unfinished unless I really don't like it and I turn it off. Very rare though. But like I hate like being interrupted and I can't finish a movie and I have to tune back in. And it's like I don't even remember what happened in the first half. It could be like a couple hours later. But and that's how I feel about shows. It's like if I'm gonna watch a show, I want to like just blow out as much as I can. Unless like we're watching The Last of Us right now. Unless it's on a weekly basis and I'm caught up, then that's fine. Because it's like, oh, I have to wait. You know what I mean? That's okay.
Yeah.
And the recaps were always chill.
Yeah.
But that's how I am with shows. But I mean, if I can binge it, I will.
Okay.
If it's a bingeable show, I find the ones with hour-long episodes are harder to binge. I'll tell you what show I haven't been needing to get into, and this will maybe you can shed some light on this for me.
Okay.
Is The White Lotus.
Oh.
Is season 3 still going on or is it over?
It's over.
Oh.
It ended a couple weeks ago.
That's awesome. And how was it?
I loved it. I mean, I do like that as a weekly basis. I think I started watching like right when season 1 like came out. I think I was even ahead of the hype a little bit. Whoa. If I do say that myself. And so I watched it like by myself, season 1, and then I watched season 2 with Redacted, and we were like hooked. Like literally every single episode, comes out weekly. We're watching it as soon as it comes out, and then like immediately on the subreddit. That's kind of a core part of the viewing experience.
Is the subreddit?
Is looking at the subreddit for each episode like breakdown, whatever. At least to me. At least for me. And then season 3, watching it with Shorty. And we were hooked. Again with the subreddit.
Right.
Love it.
Now, as I know it, The White Lotus, there's 3 seasons. I know it's for the most part a different cast every season.
Yes.
I know there's like some stragglers that show up throughout.
Yes.
But is there like I virtually don't know anything about this show other than they're at like a resort.
Yeah, so it's kind of season 1 is in Hawaii, and
they're different resorts.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's different. Season 1's in Hawaii. Season 2 is in Italy. I think somewhere near Rome, and then season 3 is in Thailand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why it's a different cast each time.
Right.
But like season 1 and season 2, they have one actress who was in both seasons. She plays the same character, and she's just like a really rich person who likes going to. She's like a White Lotus like premium, member, right? And so she's so rich she gets to travel wherever.
Nice.
And then season 2 and 3, they have someone. Oh, actually, season 1 and 3, there's a like minor character who like randomly shows up in season 3 and has like a bit of a plot line. Yeah. Okay.
Because that show and Severance are ones where people love, and I've heard all about them. Not so much now that they've ended, but like when they're going on, there's a lot of talk about them.
For sure.
And I want to watch them.
Yeah, I know. I know. Me and Shorty were like, we had talked about watching Severance here and there, but I think it's another subscription. Neither of us have Apple Pay. Not Apple Pay. Apple TV.
I have Apple TV because a friend of mine has like the Apple family plan, and they had one extra slot, and they're like, "Do you want it?" I said, "Get me in there."
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my sister has Apple TV because I see my nephew watching Frog and Toad, which is an Apple original.
Yeah, fire.
Yeah, he loves
some Frog and Toad.
He loves some Frog and Toad. Some Frog and some Toad.
It's a frog.
I keep trying to figure out which one's his favorite. I think it's Frog.
Does he know, or he just won't tell you?
Well, I'm like, which one's your favorite? But I don't know if he knows the word favorite yet.
Oh. Which one do you like more?
Yeah, I think I hear him saying Frog more often. But is that because that's his favorite, or is that because it's the first name of the show?
It's the first name of the show.
Frog.
Yeah, Frog.
Yeah.
Yeah. And notice I put your name first in this show.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I think Amelia and Dan rolls off the tongue better than Dan and Amelia.
So you did Dan?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, obviously you call me Danny. A lot of people in my life call me Danny. It's like, I think it's 50-50 at this point. I don't like personal people in my life.
Yeah,
at work,
your
everyone calls me
partner
Daniel.
like kind of added an extra little nudge on my side for Danny.
Right. Did they? Well, let's run the tally. I'm not going to run the tally, but I'm going to say it's a 50-50.
Because I think most people calling you Danny.
In our friends, okay, with my partner, and then also now Shorty as well. You're Shorty.
Yeah.
That's 2 in your favor. So more people call me Danny. But as far as like the internet goes, and like every time I'm posting on the internet, it's always Dan. So for brand synergy, that was my thinking.
Yeah. All right.
Amelia and Danny, or Danny and Amelia. See, if I do Danny,
it's Danny and Amelia.
Danny and Amelia sounds better.
Yeah, but Amelia and Dan. No, even Dan and Amelia.
Dan and Amelia?
I think so. Sometimes I think that when I've like tried figuring this out before of like how do names match up,
better, yeah.
And sometimes I'm like, is it alphabetical? Is it shortest name first? Is it, or is it the other way? Is it longest name first? Is it sometimes I think like, okay, maybe you could say Amelia and Dan because my name ends in A and then it kind of rolls into the A into the and then the D into Dan.
Yeah.
So it's Amelia and Dan.
Oh, that's true. Ending with A, the back-to-back A's doesn't make it difficult, and the back-to-back D's. Okay.
Oh, you think it makes it difficult?
Yeah. You think Amelia and I guess that sounded fine. But when you said it, you purposely added a stutter. You said Amelia and Dan.
Well, to show that it was Amelia and Dan.
And the Dan.
And Dan.
And Dan.
Damn Dan.
Damn Dan. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, I didn't want to do my full.
Yeah, so then maybe it's that it doesn't roll because the letters are back to back, but it's different. It's
like
different
my other podcasts, I don't think I did a with for Critters Corner, but Raymond and Dan and Raymond. I think Raymond and Dan.
And again, I still think it's Dan and Raymond.
Dan and Raymond.
Yeah. Oh, maybe not.
I will say the ones that I remember I first realized this because my brothers.
No, because if I'm thinking Raymond and Dan sitting in the K-I-S-S-I-N-G, that's what I was.
So that's what we're going off of. So you say Raymond and Dan.
Yeah.
Because I will say for me and Jacob, we did Dan and Jacob. No, 2 crazy guys with Jacob and Dan. 2 crazy guys with Jacob and Dan.
Sitting in a tree.
We'll see for that. The shorter name goes next.
Yeah.
I remember for my brothers when I was little, because they were like best friends, like inseparable. Mm-hmm. Whenever you refer to them, it would always be Luis and Pablo.
Okay.
Because one time I accidentally said Pablo and Luis, and I was like, "What the fuck? That sounds awful." And then I was like, "Oh, I guess I'll never say that again." So I noticed at an early age, I was like, "Wow, things sound better sometimes than other things."
Plus, maybe it's kind of just like a first come first serve,
Right. No, I don't know.
Like if you had said Dan and Amelia, and like we've been saying that always
sure.
Dan from day one.
Right.
You kind of switching it up to Amelia and Dan, you're gonna be like,
okay, but has anyone ever said our 2 names like that?
Well, no one calls you Dan, so no.
People call me Dan. Christian calls me Dan. Christian.
Christian
Raymond.
Heard Christian refer to you by your name.
When was last time I
Instead
heard?
of just like looking at you and just being like, "What's up?" Can you give me a kiss, please, or whatever you say.
Give me a kiss, please. Yeah. Not to my face. When he types it, it's Dan.
Okay.
When I send him the face reveal of me with no facial hair, he said,
"Twink or reemerging.
Twink death to twink rebirth, to twink resurrection." Happy Easter. Can you do me the world's largest favor? There's a water bottle behind you. Can you pass me that? I'm very thirsty.
Okay. Hold on.
Thank you so much. And I was thinking, Amelia.
Also, there was a water bottle behind you as well, but maybe that's your partner's.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm so sorry about that.
It's okay.
I
didn't see it until you already and I got up.
Okay. I think it's time we measure just how like this we are.
Okay. Yeah, right.
I think this segment does need an intro, and I'll work on that on the meantime. But maybe like a cool little, not like an intro like music, but like, hey everybody, welcome back to the This and This meter, the only meter that can really meter just how like this we are. Like that? Mm-hmm. How is that? Is meter reverb?
But I think we'll figure it out. We'll
okay, anyways. Is meter reverb? Can you meter something?
You can measure something. You can quantify something, maybe. You can gauge something. You can assess something.
Right. So the first
but you can say I'm gonna meter it out. But that's kind of more of like a, I'm gonna even it out evenly, kind of. I think.
I've never heard that.
She metered out the, like, I think that means like kind of like almost like a trickle. Like you're not if you have a bunch of jelly beans and then you're
what do I do with these
and
jelly
you're
beans?
like, okay, I gotta like get rid of these jelly beans, but you're not trying to like dump them out. You're gonna be like, I'll meter these out. You know.
No, I don't think I've ever heard that before.
Okay, well,
so the first okay, you know what? You got me. That's crazy. Right, who's the one that actually is literate? Anywho's okay. Whatever. The first one. The first one, Amelia.
Okay.
What's your favorite day of the week? Let me think about this one. I wrote the questions. I should have thought about these. But it's kind of how like this we are on the day anyway.
Okay.
Anyways, okay, I'm ready. 3, 2, 1, Friday. Just like this.
I love the anticipation that Friday brings. Mm-hmm. I go to the gym Thursday evening, so I'm also waking up Friday feeling good about myself.
Right.
And then the weekend. Who knows what the weekend has to offer? Yeah. All of it. Right. All ahead of you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if you work on a Friday and you have the weekend off, I mean, there's nothing quite like that. It's the anticipation. Because a lot of the time, sometimes if I have the weekend off and I'm in it, it never quite lives up to the hype of getting to it. Sometimes it does. Obviously, sometimes there are great weekends. If it's like action-packed or it's really relaxed, like whatever you want. But I feel like Friday is good because it also I feel like I end up sometimes if we're gonna like go out, I would prefer to go out on a Friday night than a Saturday night because most people go out on a Saturday night, so places are more busy. But also because like if I wake up on Sunday morning really hungover, say we went out drinking, I don't want to spend my last day off fully recovering.
Right.
And that's tough. But if you give me Saturday to recover, then I have Sunday back at it, doing whatever. Yeah. So Friday's good. I was gonna say if it had to be a weekday, like not weekend, because weekend's kind of easy. Maybe a Tuesday.
Yeah. I guess. Maybe Thursday, because my parents will usually come over for dinner, and so maybe I get to eat for free.
Oh, free meals always fun.
I'm acting as if Shorty doesn't pay for for like literally all the meals
for most meals.
But we try not to go out too much. I do see Shorty. We go to the gym every time. Weeks almost over.
Right.
Next day's Friday.
It's the exact same, right?
Yeah. So
nice. And then ultimately, just circling back to our main answer, which was Friday. Like The Cure said, "Friday, I'm in love." You ever know that song?
It's Friday,
I'm in love. Monday. Okay, next one. I don't know this answer from you, and maybe I shouldn't. I'm a bad friend. But favorite color? We know when you're ready. Anytime.
Okay.
You're ready. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Pink. Lavender. More specific than I want. Actually, about as specific as I thought you would go. Why lavender? It's a nice color.
I think okay, so for me it's kind of tough. It's a little bit of a toughie because you would think maybe like your favorite color is the one that you wear the most. No, you don't think that?
No, I mean mine is pink and I have like maybe 2 pink items.
Oh, okay. Well, I would maybe think like, if my favorite color is lavender, I should be buying more lavender clothes.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's like a color that I look stupendous in.
Right. No, I was gonna say I like pink is not great for me to wear because I basically am pink. My skin. I'm very doesn't look. It has to be a very specific fit for that to look good.
Yeah, but I think like if if I'm buying like something cute and there's a bunch of like cute colors, I probably would go for the lavender. Yeah, I do also enjoy pink. Pink's fun. I also enjoy like I would say like this green is fun.
Yeah, greens are nice. I've become more of a green fan. just because I feel like I've opened the world to better greens. Like sage green is nice.
It's that's the hot color.
That's the hot
that's
color.
The mint green of our generation.
Is it? I didn't know. I didn't know about
like
this.
growing up, like let's say like 5th grade or so, mint green was like
was popular.
It was hot.
It was popping.
Yeah, with the millennials, the millennials.
I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. I don't remember mint green being places. I will say pink obviously has a lot of variations. My favorite is probably closer to this of like this blanket. Okay. Maybe leaning towards a salmon or peach. Okay. That side, if we had a color wheel. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I like pink. It used to be blue growing up, and then that was really basic. It's not why I changed my answer. That's not why I changed. But I've been a blue head for most of my life. And the last blue's awesome.
You almost can't go wrong with blue.
That's the thing. A lot of shades of blue are nice. Yeah. I might say all of them.
I don't like like an electric blue, like whatever like the neon version of blue would be.
Okay. Yeah.
Too bright. I like a softer
blue is good.
Palette.
Yeah.
And almost all of the blues are quite soft. Mm-hmm. So
it's hard to get a harsh blue.
Yeah.
It's a very calming color. Electric. That's the thing. Yeah. That's it's a very calming color. That's why did you know why stores like Target are red?
Well, I know like restaurants are red because it's supposed to make you hungrier, right?
Is that true? What's a red restaurant?
On Pinterest when I was like 10 or something. And then I just
well, probably similar to me. Probably like I found it on Instagram when I was 12. It was like, you know that they make the Target color is red is because it gets you a little like it gets you more like it makes you want to buy more. I don't remember what it was, but okay. it was like you get a little bit more excited about the hot deals in front of you or something. I don't know.
Maybe it's similar to the restaurants then. Like maybe it's like your appetite for whatever it's offering gets higher.
I think it's because if I had to add my own little like interpretation, if red gets you like I gotta get out of here, you're just gonna buy whatever, and Target's shit is expensive. Whereas Walmart is blue and it's more calming. They want you to spend your time there and get as much as you can.
Okay.
I don't know if that's all true. I do highly doubt that
spend it as much as you want.
I do highly doubt that the colors do anything because if that was the case, I feel like every store would be the same color. A lot of stores are red though. Target, what's the other one? TJ Maxx.
Oh, I mean, is red. No, I guess there wasn't a color that jumped out at me for TJ Maxx.
I don't remember if the walls are red, but the logo is for sure red.
Marshall's is blue.
Marshall's is blue. The walls are blue. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. Okay, the last one. I try to have the third. I've done this last week, and I'm trying to have the third one be, a binary answer. Okay. That way, in case we weren't like this on the other two, there's a higher chance that we're like this. Gummy or hard candy? Okay. Ready?
Yes.
3, 2, 1. Gummy. That's this. So we're 2 for 3 this week, gang. Okay.
At the end of the day, the last one is the only one that matters. So.
True. The last one is to round it out. Gummy is great. I love gummy bears. My favorite is probably the sour bright crawlers, those sour gummy worms from Trolley. Mm-hmm. Those are fire.
Yeah.
I love. Anyways.
Yeah, I love a good fruit snack. And if I'm going to the movies and it's like I'm in a snack mood, because I don't like popcorn.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think it's been a very long time since I've had popcorn. Kettle corn, that's different, but I don't like popcorn.
Kettle corn. That's a sweet one.
Sweeter. Yeah, I don't like the saltiness of the popcorn. I don't like the way my mouth feels after I'm done with it. So I just was like, let's wrap it up.
Let's just wrap on popcorn.
Yeah, when I did get popcorn as a child, I would get the ranch seasoning.
I hate similarly to how you just don't like the texture of popcorn. I don't like the texture of the seasonings. Like the powder.
It makes it think a little better for me. Wow. But yeah, anyways, if I'm getting a snack, it's gonna be in the candy, part because I don't get popcorn.
Do you not FW with hard candy at all, or just preference? Because I do like a hard candy still. I'll tell you one thing that I've gone shit for is I love a Werther's Original. I like butterscotch. I don't go out of my way to buy butterscotch, but if there's a bowl of butterscotch in front of me, I'll grab one. There's one at work, and I go in there frequently.
Does Bunch of Crunch count?
As hard candy?
Probably not.
No. Okay. Because the original question was gonna be, I wanted to ask if you were, I was gonna do chocolate or gummy, but then I guess I was more asking like chocolate or like a fruity candy, and I'm just kind of lumping gummy and hard together. But because for that I also would be chocolate. I do love a chocolate bar. What's your favorite chocolate? Chocoholic. Chocoholic. What's your favorite?
My favorite chocolate?
Yeah.
Like, can I get really specific?
Get as specific as you want, sister.
Okay. I think the thing that's on my mind a lot of the time, including today, is Culver's create your own concrete mixer with chocolate custard.
Okay, well, when you said specific, I thought it was still going to be candy. That's a dessert. That's a full-on dessert.
Okay, then
I mean, like you're going to you're stopping at a gas station and you're looking at the chocolate.
Then I love Oreos. I love Kit Kats.
Okay, Kit Kats.
Bunch of Crunch, but I guess I only get Bunch of Crunch at the movies. And now I'm all over those Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh, recently you weren't on Reese's before?
I think I
not in a major way.
Other than the movies and Halloween, I'm just not eating candy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm a candy holic or whatever you said. I'm obsessed.
Yeah, I don't like pick up candy at the grocery store or the gas station or anything like that. And so Halloween, I wasn't that excited about the Reese's. I was more focused on Almond Joy, Kit Kat, maybe Oreos. Oreos is not a popular Halloween candy.
I'll say I wouldn't even call Oreos a candy. That's a cookie.
That's candy.
No, it's not.
What is the difference?
Okay. I guess in my mind, candy is I don't know. I don't know, but it feels like if it's a cookie, that falls under dessert. Like if it's, I guess Oreos and Chips Ahoy are a very candied dessert or whatever. But I don't know, cookie, if it's a baked good, I understand that Chips Ahoy and Oreos probably are not baked like a traditional cookie because it's probably all processed garbage, whatever the freak. But in my mind, cookie is a dessert and not a candy.
I think
the same like for example, if this is a Venn diagram, I don't know if this was a Venn diagram, the middle part that overlaps is Chips Ahoy and Oreos. Candy is your candy bars like Hershey's and Kit Kats, and then gummy worms and what else have we said? Werther's Originals, and then desserts is you're getting a pie or a cake or ice cream. Those are all dessert. Those aren't candy. And then somewhere in the middle are Oreos.
For me, it's not a dessert unless I made it at home, a la baking. I got it at a restaurant, a la they baked, or
they baked,
or I got it at a bakery, a la they baked.
A la they baked.
And then ice cream, because that okay, so a food service, an eatery, made that. I guess
so anything packaged So you would say Chips Ahoy are a candy?
Yeah, I would put that in the junk food,
Yeah.
I would put dessert does not equal junk food.
Well, to me, junk food is an umbrella and dessert is underneath that.
So if you go to a bakery and you buy a croissant, you consider that junk food?
No, but I mean
a chocolate croissant.
I guess I've been told that junk food is just food that's bad for you. I never really consider the junk part. I just consider sweets and things that are just bad for you would be.
To me, I consider.
I also a croissant is if it's just straight up a croissant, that's bread. That's not a dessert. That's a bread. A chocolate croissant is a dessert. What was that?
A pan au chocolat.
A pan au chocolat. Yeah, yeah. That's a dessert once it has the chocolate in there. But a croissant is bread. You make a sandwich with croissant.
Yeah, that's why I corrected it to
chocolate croissant.
Like a cupcake.
I guess that's. I don't know. I guess the lines between that are. I guess I never thought about it before. You got me.
Yeah. Okay.
But no. Okay. The junk food stuff is crazy. Is a good point because in my mind I've always just put junk food as food that's bad for you. Food that is junk to your body.
Yeah. To me, that's ultra processed food. So even a Hot Pocket, that's junk food. That's not
Right. So chips are junk food.
Yes.
Obviously, but that's not. It's not a dessert.
No.
And it's not candy.
So it's junk food. So that to me, that's where the umbrella lies. Your umbrella's a little shifted over.
Okay.
Or maybe it's a little larger.
So desserts are not under your umbrella of junk food.
If I made it, no. And if like, I went to like Dairy Queen or whatever.
Oh, I love a DQ.
Super. I mean, it's like it's not good for me, obviously, but I think it's just a little different than like, than like a Chips Ahoy or like whatever those like anything like packaged is junk food to me.
What are your thoughts on a hot dog as a sandwich?
I think no.
I don't think so either.
If I say I'm really craving a sandwich and you're like, let's go to hot dog.
Let me grill you up a hot dog.
You go do that. I'm gonna go to Chiba Hut. Thank you.
Right. Ooh. Need.
I'm kind of hungry, so I'm like, does he want to eat after? And this food talk is not helping.
Honestly, it's been a very food heavy talk so far.
And that's okay. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. I've had this discussion recently with Christian, and I don't remember what it was called. I call it the carb cube or whatever they called it, but someone online was like, "This is the answer to hot dog as a sandwich." So if you imagine a cube, in a 3D space, and if you like color in one side, and if that color is like is the carbs of the meal, then it falls under a certain category. So for example, a cube has 6 sides or whatever, right? If there's one piece of cube on top or piece of carb on top and one on bottom, but nothing on the sides, that's a sandwich. Mm-hmm. So your typical sandwich would fall under that. Mm-hmm. An ice cream sandwich, it's a sandwich between the two carbs. Mm-hmm. Whereas a hot dog is on the top and bottom and also on one side. So if you flip it on like a little U, that's like a taco is the classification. Mm-hmm. But then that leaves you like a hot dog is not a taco. It also leaves you with like a gyro, and that's not a taco. A sub, because subs are not. Sometimes subs are often connected, like at a Subway or a Chiba Hut, for example. Mm-hmm. That's not a taco. So there are times where I don't agree with the carb cube, but for the most part, if it's just on bottom, it's toast. But then that implies that pizza is toast, and it's like, what are we doing anymore? Do you kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, sorry, I'm following.
If it's a cube completely encased in carbs, it's a calzone.
Mm-hmm. Everything that's completely encased in carbs is a calzone.
Yeah, that's what the cube dictates.
So like
the cube decrees it's a calzone.
So do they think an Uncrustable is a calzone?
Yeah, I would say so.
You think I
don't think
this just is.
No, I don't. Do you think cereal is a soup? We talked about cereal last week.
No,
I don't either. because I actually didn't know this, but I had this argument once and I looked it up. And a soup is literally defined as it cooks in its broth that it's like still served with. Mm. So obviously, when you boil something, if you don't serve it with the shit you boil it with, it's not a soup. You know what I mean?
Like pasta.
All like pasta. Mm-hmm. But you can't have pasta soup if it's in the stuff you boiled it in.
Yeah. Oh, I love like a rotini soup.
Right. Obviously.
Tortellini soup.
Tortellini.
Yeah, it's pretty yummy, but it's not. I guess if I was like, I'm really craving some tortellini and someone gave me tortellini soup, I wouldn't like shoot them. But
but it's not what I asked for. Same way as if you said, let's get some soup, and I pull out a bowl of cereal.
That's terrible.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't say that. I'm not that crazy. And I also wouldn't think an Uncrustable is a calzone. I didn't mean that.
Mm-hmm. But if you like throw it in the toaster, does that change your mind?
An Uncrustable in the toaster? Mm-hmm. That's a nice thought. I should try that.
I think that.
Have you ever done that?
I think so. I think that's sometimes their intention. That they don't.
Is it?
Yeah, I think you don't. It was. I don't think it was originally intended to be eaten cold, like defrosted.
Really? I've never cooked an Uncrustable.
Yeah, just throw it in the toaster. Sometimes it's a little too thick to.
Yeah, it's a little fat, especially if they're.
If you have a toaster oven,
do you put it in frozen or do you wait for it to thaw and then throw it in the toaster?
Give it a bit of time, but I think it doesn't necessarily matter.
Huh?
Yeah.
Because I've eaten Uncrustables basically my whole life, and I've never once thrown them in the toaster. Mm-hmm. I should try that. It sounds really good. A hot peanut butter and jelly. Ugh,
also, Hot Pocket, is that a calzone? That's a little more reasonable.
That's a little more reasonable, especially if it's the pizza one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fair to say it's a calzone, but also like a toaster strudel. Is a toaster strudel a calzone? No, I wouldn't say so.
No, but it's also like, I mean, technically yes, it's encased in carbs because it's like literally all carbs, but it's not. Oh yeah, okay. So I guess it's like a they would say it's a calzone with like a bit of like a drizzle on top.
What? Oh, the toast roll.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
it's got the frosting.
Right.
Pretty big part.
Wait, I just had something that I was gonna.
Is a milkshake soup?
Is a milkshake
but it's not
soup?
boiled.
It's not boiled. Well, it's. I think the actual definition was cooked in its own broth, but some people say it's like prepared in the broth that it's still served in. So if you consider the milk a broth, the milkshake is the soup. Same way how some people say tomato is, or what is it? Ketchup is like a juice. What do they say? Because it's a fruit technically, or ketchup is a smoothie. If someone came up to me on the street and said ketchup is a smoothie, I'm not continuing the conversation with them.
No, because then I would probably. It's safe to reason that they've consumed the ketchup like it was a smoothie, and that's not right.
There's two definitions on Google for soup.
Okay.
And it's a liquid dish typically made by boiling meat, fish, or vegetables. So, ergo the cereal. But the second one is a substance or mixture perceived to resemble in appearance, or to resemble soup in appearance or consistency. So, if anything kind of looks like soup, it's soup.
So those like, is it cake stuff?
Oh,
you make
so it's like, is it soup? But it's always soup. It's like if we had a show called "Is It Soup?" but every time it's always soup.
And it's like Saigon's Pharma. Still soup.
I thought it resembled soup, and therefore it is soup.
And so it's
I soup, therefore I am. Like I think, therefore I soup.
Mm-hmm.
And what? Oh yeah, soup is a verb sometimes in like slang. I was like, what does that mean? How do you soup something? That's interesting. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. There's we're talking about Uncrustables and toasted strudels, and they got me thinking something, but I don't remember what it was.
I'm definitely gonna eat after this.
Yeah, the food is making me hungry. The food talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really trying to figure out what I lost, but it's lost.
Your topic.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
You're all good.
Do you what? How much are we? 41 minutes. Do you want to do the blind ranking? Want to do the blind ranking?
You ready? Okay, let's do this.
So do you want to do this?
They're gonna be like, damn, second episode they've already.
Damn, second episode they're done for.
Well, then we're gonna start doing every 2 weeks, and then we'll be ready.
I mean, I'll still. Oh, but you mean like us meet? Yeah. And plus, we saw each other on Sunday too. When before last Tuesday? When was the last time we saw each other?
Wait, you said before
we filmed
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, probably your birthday. Oh, no, it'll be the rehearsal, which was I think like the week before.
That was like 3-4 days before.
Yeah.
Raymond has.
But we didn't talk that much because
that's true. We were at work.
We were focused.
We were at work.
We were in character. As believe it or not, Dan.
Ourselves, characters that were written to be us.
Written to be us, except instead of us having different significant others, we're dating.
Yeah, we're dating each other.
And you can barely tell.
And you can barely tell. And there's maybe one, not even a full line. There's a word that symbolizes it.
Yeah, it's like.
And the rest is up to us as actors to. Yeah, that's exactly
and
it.
Like yeah.
The rest is up to us as actors to bridge that gap from script to screen.
I don't know if I can.
Yeah, Raymond is making a movie, and maybe he doesn't want us talking about it.
We won't share the plot. We won't share the plot.
But Raymond films his back, and we're in it this time. Mm-hmm. I think technically, as an adult, how Raymond phrased it is that I've never been in one of his movies. Which is technically true if he's drawing the line at like being a film student and like these last few years. Mm-hmm. But I remember those days of us in middle school and filming at my best.
You're quite prolific in your IMDb.
Right. If we're counting the short films from middle school, I am Raymond's Robert De Niro if he's my Martin Scorsese.
And I understood that.
And I understood. Did you? Oh.
I mean, I can infer, but
I've never seen a Martin Scorsese film except for Shark Tale, and that doesn't count because he was just in it. But some directors just have actors that they like always pick.
For sure,
that's just one of them.
Me and Furry. Yeah. You're he's Greta Gerwig, and you're. I'm
Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah, you're Saoirse.
Or Timothy Chalamet. Either take your pick.
You're them together.
Yeah. Anyways, yes, that's fun, and then. Hopefully I act more with him, and he just pumps movies out. Although I feel bad because I am the reason this movie is not going to film until next month.
Okay, so I can marinate more.
It's
fine.
And now people will know about it. About a good 2 months in advance.
I'm
building the hype for his
guys.
Movie. We're
gonna be in Pen 4.
We're gonna be in Pen 4.
I'm a pen named Amelia. I'm a pen named Dan.
Why are we on
we
Pen?
Are lovers.
And our pen's kissing that one. Why are we not in Pen 3?
Okay, so there's a Pen 1 and Pen 2.
Yeah.
Pen 3. I could have sworn there was a Pen 3, right?
Hey, Pen 2 felt like it was 2 movies. Right?
Oh, no, because Pen 1 and then Pen 2.
He announced Pen 3, though.
He announced
Pen 3 on his story on Instagram
coming?
once. It's coming. I don't know what stage in the process. I'm assuming he has all of his chips in on this movie. But Pen 3 is cooking up in his little brain up there.
That's crazy.
Unless it cancels production.
I cannot wait.
But I do recall a story that said Pen 3 coming soon.
Okay.
With his little Canva art that he posts up there. And it was beautiful, and I'm hyped. And I'm begging for a role on Pen 3.
Pen 4 is a prequel to Pen 1, and we're Pen 1's parents.
Oh, we're parents. I immediately imagine that we are still humans, and we have a pen child.
Raymond's gonna send me like a season desist later.
Raymond's gonna say that you've been removed.
Copyright infringement.
You've been removed from this movie we're working on, and we're getting someone else's Amelia.
Good luck. The only reason why he asked me to be in his movies is because I am a girl.
Yeah, one of the only ones that we know that's willing to act. Although he definitely, Raymond, if you're listening to this, there are people that you could call. There are strings that we could pull. No, I'm just saying, like, he's made friends filming.
Oh.
Like, doing his film stuff, and he just refuses to.
I think he's just shy. I
mean, it took a lot for him to even ask you, and we were friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, or not on the last episode, according to you.
We are friends now. But I would say, like, if we're not, if the only time he's hitting me up is to act in things, then, and that's the only time that I'm seeing him because we're not even, like, in the same friend group.
Right.
In years past. No. Old friend, you could say.
Old friend.
But
friendship rekindled.
Friend current. It's tough.
Right now, it's not friend current?
It is friend current.
But at the time, it wasn't friend current.
It's friend current now because, like, we're in the same friend group.
Yeah.
I didn't get him a gift, but he got me a gift.
He got you a gift.
That was nice. Did I get him a gift? I can't remember.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think Shorty got him a gift. But anyways.
Anyway, who knows? What else did you blind ranking? we got that up a while ago.
Well, are we in a rush? Do you have something?
We're not in a rush. I lost where we were and I found where we were.
Okay. Do you want to go first because this is your first time giving me a list? Or
that's what I was going to ask. Am I doing my whole 5 and then you're doing your whole 5? Yes. Okay. That makes sense because I was like, if we do one,
it's confusing.
The lines are going to get crossed. Yeah, I can go first.
Okay.
Number 1, we're starting off with, but people know what blind ranking is, yeah?
Yes.
I'm going to name 5 things, one at a time. Amelia has to rank them 1 to 5. And once it's locked, she doesn't know what the next ones are, but she can't change her answer. Simple as.
I'll keep track for both of us. My thumb is 1 and my pinky is 5.
Thumb is 1, pinky is 5. Okay. Number 1, starting off easy, slow ball. Speaking of ball, pickleball.
Oh, I had to. Okay, pickleball's the thing, right?
Pickleball is the thing.
When you were like number 1, starting off easy, slow ball, I was like, is that a movie?
Yeah. Money ball for money ball for my Gabe heads out there.
Okay. Pickleball.
Have you played? We almost played that one time.
So they actually made like a little mini court at my grade school before all the hype. Before the industry plant,
pickleball is an industry plant sport.
Absolutely is. I woke up one day, I entered a Target, and it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Like big pickleball.
Big Pickle is placing entire vignettes of displays of pickleball stuff in stores.
There's a huge pickleball court center, indoor pickleball center near my house.
I saw pickleball shirts at my work. And they were on clearance, which I already was shocked at. They had been there long enough to go on clearance.
I was at Fry's Marketplace the other day. That's the one with the Carhartt and everything.
Right.
And they had 2 visors that said Pickleball Club
on
there.
We need those.
And a pickleball set and all this stuff. But okay, I'm putting it firmly at 3 because I have not played in my adult life. But I did play tennis with Shorty one time, and I think that we do plan on playing tennis again and also picking up
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's in your future, but so far you're.
I'm firmly at 3, very neutral, because what if I don't like pickleball?
Right.
And also, I'm a little annoyed that I'm excited to play pickleball, but I'm annoyed that it's an industry play.
Right.
And I feel bad for the tennis players because they're saying that like tennis courts are being turned into pickleball courts.
Dang, really?
Yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P. tennis.
Anyways.
Anywho. I'm gonna trust that you know what this is. I don't see why you wouldn't, but just in case. Popcorn ceilings?
Oh, okay, yes. I'm gonna put that at 5 because
I hate a popcorn ceiling.
Because my parents used to have them, and then we found out that there was like possibility of asbestos or maybe like literally asbestos, and you can get cancer from that. So in my head, popcorn ceiling equals cancer. And it is a cancer.
Yeah, it is a cancer. On my eyes, dude. Popcorn ceilings are fucking disgusting. Yeah, I hate looking at them.
It makes things hard to like, attach.
If you wanted to put anything on the ceiling, yeah, you're out. You're shit out of luck at this popcorn.
Yeah, ceilings. No more, no constellations.
No popcorn for Amelia, nor popcorn ceilings for Amelia. Yeah. And what are your thoughts on ceilings?
On ceilings?
Yeah.
The glass ceiling.
Whoa! Out of there! Glass ceiling. Stupid. Okay. Okay. So you have 3 and 5 so far. So you have 1, 2, and 4. This next one's a doozy. Oh, no. We have for your wherever you want to put it. Trying to pass someone and they go one way and then you go the same way and then they correct, but then you also correct and you guys just kind of until somebody gives in and just stays put.
That's a 4. Actually, the other day I was not really that happening because I was already in that lane, and I was passing a Tesla, and the Tesla started getting into just started trying to metaphysically kind of get in my space, and so I give a firm beep, and they do, and I move over to the side, but not fully because I'm like I'm already in here.
Right.
Luckily I wasn't that mad, which is personal growth. Shorty, if you're hearing this, be proud of me.
Be proud of me. There's a possibility that she hears this.
I told her that she can listen.
Oh.
We will see if she will.
We will see if she does. I'll send her the link every week. every other week.
But anyways, I wasn't that mad about it. I pretty much moved on. But I was thinking in my head, that's a Tesla. How did that happen? The Tesla, there's a computer in there that tells you.
Right.
So you're not using the computer. Why do you have a Tesla?
I did mean when you're walking.
Oh.
You're walking and you're passing somebody, and then you're about to hit, and you go oh, and they go oh, and then
It's still a 4.
I would say I'm not playing any kind of game of chicken on the street when I need to pass. If I'm going to the lane and someone's there, I'm simply not going into the lane.
I know.
That's crazy.
But I would think okay, let's say you're in the leftmost lane, someone's in the rightmost lane, the middle area between you guys is open.
That I guess. Yeah, I guess. That I get. But no, I mean when you're walking on a sidewalk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, terrible.
It's a 4 still.
Yeah, it's still a 4.
Yeah,
I put it at a 2.
It's not. I don't think it's good. It's not very effective. But sometimes I'll do it if I go one way. If it happens once where I go and they also do that, I just stand still and walk. And I'm like, you go whatever way you want. I'm just here.
As of now, I would still keep it at 4. If you had switched the order, it probably would still be 4 though, because at least it means we're both considerate people.
Oh, true.
And also, there's no cancer presumably involved.
There's no. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Scarves. Just a scarf.
That's gonna be a 2.
Yeah. I don't like scarves. I don't have anything against them. I wouldn't really wear a scarf. Very, very not often do I think a scarf would look good on me. I don't think if I see very high fashion or anything, if the addition or the presence of a scarf is not elevating it at all for me.
Question: are bandana scarves?
No, bandana is a bandana.
Okay, we could have. That literally would have shortened our entire food conversation earlier. So.
Okay. Yes, and yes, and how is a scarf a bandana, or how is a bandana a scarf?
Because it's a fabric, you can put it around your neck,
you could. It's not its purpose though.
What's its purpose?
Doesn't the bandana go on your head to keep your hair out of your face?
Always.
Not always, but that's there so that you can just.
It's kind of multi-purpose, you know.
But a scarf isn't. A scarf is there to keep you warm and maybe look fashionable. Okay, two purpose. It's by purpose.
Okay.
And also, I thought.
Okay, so you're thinking specifically of like knit scarves. Like, you're not even thinking of like fashion scarves where they're like really light fabric and you're just.
No, I mean, my idea of a scarf is one really long piece of fabric.
Okay.
And it could be.
Okay.
My qualifier for the scarf is it has to be long.
Okay.
Like it can be a thick wool one, it can be a tiny little fashion one. I don't care.
Infinity scarf.
Infinity scarf counts. That's awesome. Still long. It's sort of infinitely long. that's kind of the point. There's no end and therefore infinity.
Yeah, it'll be out of 2. I think like the only time that I would ever use a scarf is like around my head. Like if I was like fashioning it into a headband, basically.
I get you.
Yeah, because like even when I'm cold, like I'm not like, let me use the scarf. My mom, she'll be like, you should have brought a scarf.
It's scarf season.
And I'm like, no.
I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Okay. Lastly, so your number 1 pick is stretching.
Okay.
Stretching is good for you.
I need to do it more.
Yeah. Exactly.
Maybe I could do the splits.
How far can you get?
Not far.
Neither can I. When I do stretch, it's not often. It feels so good. Hearing the pops, hearing and feeling pops is always fun. Well, you don't like the pops?
I don't know if I'm popping. Oh, do you mean like going like a
yeah, I don't know if you call that stretching, but like with your back, you're just...
Yeah, I was thinking of like a static stretch of like a touch your toes.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, I'm not popping there.
Yeah,
maybe my knees pop if I'm doing some sort of knee related stretch. But yeah, any kind of like in the morning when you get one of those stretches where you just remember that one time I stretched in your house, I made a really loud noise and you're like the door's wide open. And I was like, my apologies. Like that. Those kind of stretches, to die for. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so you're in order from worst to best. You have popcorn ceilings / cancer. You have trying to pass someone and you guys go the same way. Pickleball, scarves, and stretching.
Yeah, I would have put pickleball at 2 and then the scarves at 3, I believe. Stretching's still 1.
Stretching's solid. Yeah. These are all very neutral ones to me, and that's why I thought it might be difficult to rank them.
Okay.
Well, I mean, the passing someone is awful, and that's not neutral. But everything else, I was like, yeah. Yeah. So I thought that might do something.
Okay.
Now what do you have for
me? My turn. All right. Number 1, Microsoft Excel.
Oh.
Or / like spreadsheets, Google Sheets.
I do love spreadsheets, and I love making them, and I love participating in them. I love making spreadsheets. 1 through 5. Maybe love is a really strong word because I don't do any spreadsheets in my free time.
No pros and cons.
Nope.
Spreadsheet.
Because wait, you do your pros and cons on a spreadsheet? Is that what you mean? Or pros and cons for spreadsheets?
I mean, I think it's possible to make a pros and cons spreadsheet. I'm more of a notes app.
Yeah, I'm a notes app girl. But I'm gonna put. The question is, are you going to give me more good ones or bad ones? I'm going to put it right in the middle because it makes my work life easier and I enjoy its presence there, but I'm not actively seeking it in the rest of my life.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I will have to warn you. 3. I think most of mine are positive, and so it's going to be real difficult for you.
It's going to be real.
All right.
But you did it. And that's the joy of blind ranking. Maybe I'll have a newfound love for Microsoft Excel.
Yeah.
Hit me with number next.
Peanut butter.
Oh, now the problem is everything going to be better than peanut butter because I do love we were talking about Uncrustables earlier. I was going to ask what your thoughts on peanut butter, and that might have been that segue that I couldn't find. So I'm glad we got there eventually. Peanut butter is really good. I almost died eating peanut butter. You know when you like choke and it gets stuck to the roof of your mouth? That almost happened to me. No. And it was when I was living in my apartment up in College Town by myself. Like when Raymond was gone for the summer and it was just me and my dog. And I was like, I could die and no one would know for a good couple of days. I was like, because I'm like literally choking. And that was scary for me. But other than that, peanut butter is great. I love Reese's. And I love Uncrustables and I love peanut butter jelly sandwiches. I'm gonna have to go number 1.
I do as well love peanut butter. I like them in smoothies. I like them in my oats. I like them in desserts.
Yeah,
they're good in everything. One time when I was a kid, and me and my sister, we were hanging at my nana's house. I was just like casually eating peanut butter like off a spoon, and my sister like freaked out. I think because of the whole choking thing, maybe. So her decision was to force feed me milk. Like,
oh my
and
God.
I hate like straight milk. Like I'll consume it in cereal, but I do not like a cup of milk ever. I've never ever enjoyed that. I don't understand. So that was like my nightmare, and I was like, "How is this better?" I was in what way is it beneficial for me? Look at me, I'm speaking clearly. Like yeah. I think maybe she just wanted to like hurt me.
She just wanted to suffocate you
under the guise
of help.
Yeah,
she just wanted to waterboard you with milk.
Yeah, she was like holding me like this.
Just like pinned you down. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was a time.
Also, that's so funny. Like, I feel like logically, you're gonna fix somebody choking by making them drown.
Exactly. And that's sisterhood for you.
And that's on sisters.
And that's yeah, okay. Number 3, Andy Samberg.
Andy Samberg. Oh, I love Andy Samberg. Hot Rod is a really great film.
I have not seen it.
You haven't seen Hot Rod? What are your favorite Andy Samberg works?
So The Lonely Island.
That's right. Your Lonely Island.
I did watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I think most of the way through, like as it was coming out. And so because I like watched it as it was coming out, I guess it probably is pretty rewatchable. But like every time I try, I fall off, probably because like, okay, I've seen this before,
right?
So I don't get to the end. So I love that. And then I think there's been a couple movies that he's been in that I enjoy. But right now.
Yeah, I love Hot Rod, and I love like his stuff on SNL is pretty funny. He's in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Those are good movies. Those are good flicks. That sucks because I do like him, and I guess he's gonna have to go number 2 because I like him more than Microsoft Excel. And
like him more than peanut butter?
Do I like him more than peanut butter?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, then it lines up.
It does line up, but I'm worried that Excel would probably be closer to 4 and 5 with what's ahead, but we'll see. So we have Andy Samberg at number 2.
He started strong. Number 4, and you might not care about this. She's All That.
The movie?
Oh wait, I wrote down She's All That. Didn't mean that. I meant She's the Man. And I'm realizing that now.
Both movies that I've never seen.
I thought so. I was like,
She's the Man. Is that the one with Amanda? What's her name?
Amanda Bynes.
Amanda Bynes. And
Amanda Burns. What's his name?
Scott.
The guy from Blink. Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum's in that?
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that movie.
That was like his break.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think I ever heard about him until Magic Mike.
Well,
we'll analyze that later. I have nothing to say about that movie. I'm going to say 5.
Okay.
just for the sake of no space. For it to occupy no space on my list.
Exactly.
And what's my number 4?
Crew neck sweaters.
Yeah.
Do you wear crew neck sweaters?
Yeah, I can fuck with crew neck sweaters. I prefer a hoodie, but I have crew neck sweaters.
Okay.
I think there was a point in my life where I wore crew neck sweaters more, like in the last few years, and then I was back on the hoodies. Because the crew neck is just a right? Right? Yeah. Crew necks. I like a crew neck. I'll usually go for a hoodie, and also because of the zippers. For a while I was exclusively pullover gang, but then I was like, this is ridiculous. I need to zip it up at some point. And then I'm kind of in between sweaters at this point. Well, right now I'm not wearing any sweater because it's hot as fuck.
It was quite cold today.
It was nice. I don't think it was cold.
Oh well, I mean, like I'm outside like before 7:30, and then after that I'm inside, and then I don't exit until like
evening.
5 p.m.
Yeah, so. That's fair. That's fair. I got out like in the middle of the day, so that's me. That's on me. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with that.
Okay.
Because crew necks are not even my preferred sweater, so
beautiful.
F4 is a fine place for it.
So he had peanut butter, Andy Samberg, Microsoft Excel, crew neck sweaters, and She's the Man.
She's the Man. Which one's She's All That?
She's All That is actually okay. So She's All That is a movie from like 1999, and it's about like this popular guy who like makes a bet with his friends that he can make this like dorky girl popular and like make her like prom queen or something like that.
Right.
And in the meantime, they fall in love, and then chaos ensues.
Right.
So and then there was a remake in like 2021 or something with Addison Rae called He's All That.
Right.
Where it was a gender bent. Whoop.
Yeah, I did know that, but so the new one is He's All That.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, because he's the dorky one, and she's gonna make him all that.
And he's gonna, and by the end of the movie, he's gonna be all that.
All that and then some.
All that and some. Okay, cool. Is She's the Man a good movie? Do you like that movie?
I like it. Yeah.
If that was your list, that's awesome.
Yeah, because it's Amanda Bynes is dressed like a man for most
a significant portion of the movie.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Perceived as a man.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen, or maybe I am thinking of She's All That. I feel like I've seen it on Netflix for a while, but I've just never tuned in.
I don't know. I think the time that I watched it, I know Shorty and I watched it some months ago, but I don't know when it was on. Yeah, but I get it. It's like more of a chick flick.
Hey, I've seen chick flicks. Hey, I'll watch. You know what?
Speaking of you haven't seen two of them.
So. Okay, 2 out of the how many chick flicks are there? Speaking of chick flicks, you know a movie that I've seen clips of on my, I don't know if you would call it a chick flick, but it's in the title. I've seen clips on TikTok, and I want to watch it because I haven't watched it since I was a kid. White Chicks.
Oh.
I remember that movie being very funny when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'm curious how it's aged because most films from that time period, comedy-wise, most comedy movies from that time period have not.
I would say
aged fantastically.
Sure, it didn't age it aged well, and then it's still funny. But it didn't age well in that, the jokes are, PC.
Right, yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it is still funny, and I think, if you, just, acknowledge that, then it's fine,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of movies from that time period where you're just like, well, what are you going to do? But there are some where it's like, oh, it's hasn't aged well PC-wise, woke-wise, and also it's not funny. So that sucks.
I think if it's funny to me, I'm like, well, then it was worth it.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what show we're circling back talking about TV shows and things we're watching and movies and such. I'm watching a show on Apple TV called The Studio. Are you familiar?
Oh, okay. So that one is it's kind of like a multicam sitcom, right? Or the one that doesn't have a laugh track, and it's has to do with a production studio, and it's all the people in the cast, right? A la Superstore, a la
Oh no, it's not like a sitcom.
No.
I think I know what you're talking about. Maybe. Is it a show? There's one called The Franchise, which I think is like that. That one's on Max. I haven't seen that one, but I've heard that one is I want to watch too because that one is it's kind of the same thing as the show I'm watching, but it is more sitcom, and it's also I think specifically around a superhero movie, which is why I want to watch that one. But The Studio is it's pretty cool. It's not like a when a movie is a one shot. You're familiar with what that kind of means?
Standalone, you mean?
No, it's like
it's all one shot,
it's shot to obviously there's multiple takes and there's seamless cuts and stuff, but it's shot to look like it was all done in one seamless take.
I think there was a bear episode, right? That was one shot or no?
I think so. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
I know there was an episode of It's Always Sunny, one of my favorite shows, and it's one of the best episodes of the series, and it's completely one. Anyways, it's kind of like that. It's not every episode's specific one shot, but it's really longer shots. But it's pretty funny. It's Seth Rogen. And some other comedians that I really like, and it's just he becomes the head of a studio, and he wants to make artsy movies, but it's a studio, so if he doesn't make big blockbusters, he loses his job, and so and chaos ensues like most shows. But I was just thinking because Seth Rogen, and he obviously had a lot of movies in those time periods that we were just talking about in the early 2000s, but it's very funny, and as someone who likes creating, it's pretty funny. There was the last episode that I watched. An episode came out last week, but I haven't tuned in quite yet. But the last one was he was dating Seth Rogen is dating a doctor, and so then he attends with her they attend a gala for donating something, I don't know. and I forgot at galas, or is it gala? At a gala, you like auction off for things, and these guys are all rich because they're doctors.
Okay.
And then he ends up getting into a fight with her and her like doctor friends about whose job is like more important because he's a doctor, or she's a doctor, but then and all that stuff. And it's very funny because I believe that they're both like important in everything. The point that the episode is making, but it's also funny because at the same time, Seth Rogen is in the middle of producing like a Jackass type movie. So he's taking these phone calls and he's talking about like he's like reviewing like a trailer that they're publishing for the movie, and it's like, yeah, I think we could use a little bit more diarrhea on that take. And like it's just the juxtaposition of being like, yeah, my job is important too, even though I do believe that, right? But it's still making that. It's very funny. It's a show where like when you look at the jokes, I'm like, that's a smart joke, and I love a show that makes me feel a little bit smarter, even when the jokes are stupid, like poop. Like poop. And it was Johnny Knoxville, so it was straight up like a Jackass type. You ever watch Jackass? I watched one of them when I was in middle school, and that's like the perfect age to watch it. And I've never been interested in tuning back in. I don't like the gross out humor. I don't like the cringing at the pain stuff.
I have seen, I guess the only similar thing that I think I've seen to that is like American Pie 1 and 2.
Is it like that? I've never seen those
like
movies.
It's crude.
It's yeah. I don't even remember what they did in the Jackass movie that I watched. Yeah, it's a middle schooler type movie. I have no intention of it. Like they're just hurting each other and they're doing gross things. And I've heard that there's one where they put a bunch of bees on someone's dick and they get stung a lot. And it's like, I don't want to watch that. I don't even like hearing that. I didn't even like saying that just now. Okay. And so I don't think I've ever touched that franchise again. But I know about Johnny Knoxville.
Is he like the guy?
He's like the guy.
Okay.
It's like a crew of guys, but as far as I can tell, he's the one that's had a career after Jackass.
Oh, okay.
But there's a lot. I mean, I don't know anything about it. I know there's all kinds of lore behind their friend group and stuff. I wish I was a Jackass head. I wish I was a Jackass.
I'm sure there's a subreddit.
There's r/Jackass. We didn't do an outro last time. We just said it ends here.
Yeah, that was funny.
Maybe somebody's watching by now. So thanks for watching, guys.
Yes, thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.